Hello and welcome to In Our Schools. I'm Katrina Heeman. Studies have shown that positive student behavior helps reinforce academics. Today we're here at the George Washington Carver Academy to learn how they are reinforcing positive student behavior to help their students excel in school, as well as intertwining the community engagement. Today I'm talking with Carrie Brunko, the PBIS coordinator for George Washington Carver Academy. Thank you for letting us come here today.
Thank you.
And to witness the really cool display of athletic ability from Dan Gable
awesome.
and the wrestlers. And what's really neat is how it ties into your PBIS program.
Right.
But first of all, let's talk about what PBIS is.
Okay, PBIS is a system of positive reinforcement. It's where we have common language and we have common rules, and we try and make everything the same so that there's always going to be some sort of positive reinforcement using 5-to-1.
And the 5-to-1 is 5 positives versus the 1 negative.
Yes, 5 positives to 1 negative.
And why is that important to Carver?
Well, it's important to Carver so that there is a common language and that the kids understand that no matter where they go, that the rules are the same and everyone has the same expectations.
Perfect. And the students are so nice.
Yes.
And have you noticed a drop in discipline referrals to the office since you've been working with PBIS? You were working with it last year, correct, too?
Correct.
Okay.
And there has been a drop in referrals in the last couple years. And I think a lot of that comes with the common language and the consistency that we follow here at school. And they want to do a good job.
And the students help create some of the PBIS expectations, is that right?
Yes.
And how do they do that?
Okay. The students do that by creating rules with their teachers, and then they carry over into the matrix, which has expectations for each different area in the building, and that carries into the classroom, which then carries into the hallways and different areas in the building so that everything's the same.
And so do you think that maybe gives them a little bit of ownership and they want to respect the rules a little more because they had a part of that?
It definitely does. And they can identify. And some will say, hey, we made that rule together, things like that. So they do identify.
And you do have posters throughout the building reminding them of what the expectations are?
We have posters in every area. We have posters in the restrooms, in the hallways, in the cafeteria, in the classrooms, and posters with just the pillars on it to remind them of what those are.
And as we learned today from this wonderful presentation with the Dan Gable Museum, that you have a great partnership with them now as a partner in education. Can you explain that a little bit further?
I can. Last year they got together and kind of talked about ways to incorporate what happens at the museum and things that happen here at the school. Noticed that with the 6 pillars and the training they wanted to do was only 6 weeks long, so they would get speakers for each different pillar, and then they would incorporate the pillars with the wrestling and try and build mentoring between the kids and different people in the community.
So always reinforcing character counts and PBIS at Carver.
Always.
And do you think the students are going to realize how important having Dan Gable here speaking to them today is?
I don't know if they did before, but I think they definitely will now. We've kind of talked a little bit that with the age of our parents, their parents might not know, but their grandparents definitely will, and it'll be a way for them to communicate throughout their family and things like that.
Thank you so much, and keep up the great work.
Thank you.
I'd like to welcome Kyle Klingman, and you are from the National Wrestling Hall of Fame Dan Gable Museum.
That's right.
Correct.
You got it right.
Wonderful. Well, tell us about your involvement with George Washington Carver Academy.
We got involved through the Partners in Education program that the Waterloo School District has, and we knew that we wanted to get involved with the school. Part of our mission is outreach. Of course, we have a great history at the National Wrestling Hall of Fame Dan Gable Museum, but we really wanted to have an outreach program, and as we explored great schools to get involved with, George Washington Carver came about, talked with Crystal Buzza, actually toured some schools, and that was kind of the start of what we did with George Washington Carver Academy.
Well, what do you hope students take away from Dan's speech today?
I hope they take away that it is that lifestyle, that they have to do certain things every single day in order to be successful, that it's not just once a week, once a month you can do things and get excited. You have to really have the motivation to buy into this way of thinking, that you have to be committed to excellence and success every single day. And if you don't put in the 10,000 hours that he talked about, it might not happen. So you need a great support system like Dan talked about, but you need to have that belief that right and wrong, you know it already, and you have to buy into that.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for becoming involved with Carver. It's going to be a great partnership.
I love the Waterloo School District, and I love what the programs are doing, so I appreciate the time.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
As you can see, the reinforcement of positive student behavior is working here at the George Washington Carver Academy, as well as other buildings throughout the district. You could also see that the community involvement intertwining with academics is an excellent reinforcement for student behavior, another step towards student achievement for the entire district. Thank you so much for watching another episode of In Our Schools. I'm Katrina Heeman.